Welcome to the video demo series for Configure.IT. Unleash the hassle-free way to build bug-free mobile apps in the quickest possible turnaround time. So in this video, we're going to discuss the Asset Manager and how to edit and add images. Now, to get to the Asset Manager, the first thing you want to do is come up to Go To, and then we'll click on Asset Manager, and that'll open up a new tab and bring up the Asset Manager. Now this is where we will edit and upload any images that we'll need in the app. Now the first thing we want to do is go ahead and take a look at some images. So I have some images here that we're going to upload. So to get started, let's go through a couple of rules. Now the first thing you want to know about uploading images into the Configure.IT platform is how to use the proper naming convention. So let's take a look at this image down here, the tab bar background. The first thing you notice is it's a PNG file, so all images that are uploaded into the Asset Manager need to be PNG files. So every image will need different resolutions based on what platform you're developing for. For example, for iOS you have the tab bar background.png, and no matter what, this asset has to be uploaded. This is the one that all of the other images will be grouped into. So you must have some sort of file that has a file name .png. Then you also have an @2x and an @3x for iOS. Then you also have an @HDPI, an @MDPI, an @XHDPI, and an @XXHDPI. These four right here will be used for Android. If you are developing for Android, it is a requirement that you have all four of these resolutions loaded into the Asset Manager. Another thing, if you're developing for Android, is that you must upload iOS images first. This is where everything is grouped on. It's specifically this file right here with just a .png. Now if you're also developing for an iPad or tablet, there's an additional naming convention that you must use. And for iOS, what you would do is you would append right before this dot, you would append a -iPad. Then it would be .png @2x.png, so forth and so on. Then for Android, you would actually append it after the @, so it would be tab bar background @iPad HDPI @iPad MDPI, so forth and so on. So now let's go ahead and upload these images into Configure.IT platform. And the way we're going to do that, there's actually a couple of ways that you can upload images. First thing you're going to do is click on Upload. Now you can upload individual files and you're limited to 10 files per upload, or you can upload a zip file. And what we've done is we've gone ahead and zipped all of these images into one file, demoimages.zip. So we're going to go ahead and click Open, and we're going to save. And what this is going to do is it's going to go through and it's going to upload and group all of those images together. Now this might take a couple of minutes because there's a lot of images. Alright, so you can see that all of our images are now loaded from the zip file, and you can see what they look like. Now a couple of things to point out here is that some of our images we have all of the resolutions loaded, and some of them we don't. And you can tell by the ones that have the red up here, these are the alerts, and if we click on that alert, then you can see that it brings up all of the images and all the resolutions. So we have our 3 resolutions for iOS, but if we click on Android, you can see that we don't have any Android resolutions loaded. Now if we wanted to, we can go and we can click on Upload, we can go find those, and we can go ahead and upload them. Now we know all the resolutions are loaded if it's a blue. So if we click on blue, then you can see our 3 resolutions for iOS. We click on Android, and you can see our 4 resolutions for Android. Now again, going back to what I mentioned, that every asset requires a base, and you can tell that by this star. This is a required asset right here, wherever this star is. Okay, so the next thing we want to take a look at is the ability to edit. The Configure.IT platform has a built-in photo editor, so if you click on the edit button for any icon, it brings this up, and there's a number of possible options that you can apply to each image. So you can enhance it, add some effects, crop it, resize it, change the orientation, so forth and so on. And whatever you do to this image, it will apply to all resolutions. So we'll go ahead and close this. Now let's say you wanted to change this image right here. And what you can do is you can come up to upload, choose a new image. Let's say we'll do this one here. Click on open. Now you have this option right here. You don't want to add the image again a second time, but you want to replace it. So you would click replace an existing asset and then save, and it would overwrite that asset as long as it has the same name. Now, another important thing about Configure.IT is as your project grows, more and more images will be used in the project. But at some point, maybe you will not use specific images. So this comes important, this check unused. And what this does is it will go and find all the main images that are not used in your app, and it will also find images without a main resolution. Again, so it doesn't have that base iOS image. Now this is important because the size of your app is dependent upon this. So if you have some images that aren't being used, you can go ahead and download those for archiving reasons and remove them from your app, just so it's not taking any more space in your app. Now, just a few more things. And if you click on an individual asset and check this box, you get a couple of more options. You can either choose to delete the asset, or you can click right here to download the asset. If you want to change the background, you see how some of this is gray and you really can't see what's going on. You can change the background color by clicking there, and now it turns it into a white background color. Now you can see the image clearly. If you want to see larger images, then you can click on the larger, and you can also click on the smaller to make the icons a little bit smaller. And that's pretty much it regarding the Asset Manager and how to name various assets for different resolutions. Want to learn more? Visit our Help Center for additional tutorials, our Support Center, and our online community, where our support team will assist you. Keep configuring.